My grandfather, he's originally from Leitrim, and they moved over from Leitrim in around the turn of the century, 1905. I'm told they had to leave Leitrim in a hurry, the 4 or 5 brothers, because they were in trouble with the local landlord, who met his demise a little bit suddenly at the time. That's the story. I don't know whether that's true or not. But they went to Scotland, and after the Second World War, my grandfather came back to Dublin, came back to Ireland, and opened McGowans in Phibsborough in 1948. From there, my father moved over with him about 1950 from Scotland, and he took over the pub in about 1960. I have 4 brothers and 3 sisters. We all worked in the pub at one stage or another. So I finished school probably when I was about 16. I went to the University of Life, and I nearly got thrown out of that. I was nearly there by trial and error, basically. I more or less always worked in the pub. I was in and out because there was quite a few of us working in the pub. We didn't get on that close. I didn't see a huge end in the pub. I didn't think there was ever going to be, I was going to make money out of it. I wasn't going to be too successful. There's just too many people in the business. So I was in and out. I did various things. I was an official photographer at one stage. I had a coffee shop. I had a waste disposal business. I was an ice cream man. I had vans on the road. I had various things. I had a greeting card distribution business for quite a while. So I was in and out of different business, but my heart was always in the pub, and I always had my heart set on getting the pub. Paddy McGowan is my name. Yeah, I'm the owner of McGowan's Pub in Phibsborough and Bad Bob's in Temple Bar. At the time, it was the old, we'd call it the old family business, and it was sort of, there was as much emotional attachment. It's just I was born into it, and it was probably I felt as if I wanted a pub. So I started from an early age, and I put a plan together, and it took me about 20 years before, but I did buy it eventually off them. So I did various dealings with my brothers and sisters, and bought them out slowly but surely, but eventually I got what I wanted. From there, my own sons and daughters, they got involved in the business, and we expanded down to Bad Bob's in Temple Bar. I remember my father, I was probably about 9 or 10 years of age when I pulled my first pint. My father sent me in and cleaning tables, and I pulled pints. And the part I really enjoyed, and I probably miss it a bit, is actually having a bit of fun behind the bar with the guys. You've got to give your customers a really good time. As I said, make everyone feel special, as special as you can, and that's I think the essence of hospitality. I have gone bust probably about 5 or 6 times since I started. The pub went bust. McGowan's went bust twice itself, not under my regime, but it did go bust. We got quite a bit of good luck as well along the way, that we did things at the right time. The timing was just worked out well for us. So nice to have. Maybe we're 4th generation now at this stage. My 3 sons and a daughter, they work in the businesses. They do the day-to-day running. I don't interfere with that. Sometimes I have to keep my mouth shut where I should be, but they're actually doing quite a good job, and I'm quite willing to move over. The future is it's in their hands. Leave a reasonable good legacy. I think there will probably be quite a rush when I die, actually. They might grow. I'm sure there'll be another couple of pubs in it before they finish, and it's where they want to go. And I'm sure it'll be here for a long time. It doesn't depend on me particularly. I'm sure it'll last for another 100 years without me being around. But proud of the lads. I'm proud of the fact, but not overly proud. I would say it wouldn't bother me if McGowan's was sold. If the boys decided to sell it at some stage, I'm sure they're doing it for a good reason, and I would respect that reason. I don't think I would argue. I might be a little bit, might have a couple of pints and feel a little bit sad for 24 hours, but that's about it,